what's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rival Talk for the final week of the regular season. That's right, it's finally upon us. I'm finally back home. I'm not recording at 3 a.m., so thank goodness for that. So I'm not dead tired. When I went back and watched the video, I definitely could tell, saw some bags under my eyes, and I could definitely tell in my voice that I was pretty damn tired because, well, obviously I was. So, yeah, but week 18, Marcus, we're back to the normal way. You're off camera now, but, I feel like I might have to switch it up because it seems like you did a better job on camera than I did. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had a rough go in Hollywood. You're probably partying every night, hanging with celebs and everything. So,
unfortunately,
yeah, probably was a little tough.
I didn't get a gig, unfortunately, so I'm back in Washington. So.
Dang, it's too bad.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we're finally here, final week of the season. So it's kind of nuts how it kind of went by so fast again. So.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of sad, actually.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on who you talk to. 'Cause I'm quite frankly happy that the season is over. So
I'm sure.
Last week we both went 5-1. So I remember way back when we both were under 500. At one point, I was 9 under 500. So I've managed to go on a really nice run to bring myself back from the dead. But it doesn't matter because you're still running away with it because we seem to have the same records every week. So you're 51-38. I'm 46-43. So I mean, round of applause. We're both over 500 finally at the same time.
Yeah,
so.
I will say, yeah, that's quite the turnaround. I don't even know how long into the season that was that we were under 500, but it seems like it was pretty close to halfway.
Yeah, it was definitely around the halfway mark or so. I remember. I think I was like 24-33, and now I've gone like 25 and 10 my last few weeks. So,
but congrats on your victory. You're just gonna keep that up.
Like I said, it doesn't matter because you keep winning. So congratulations on your victory. So.
Right. No, this is when you probably will not miss a pick the rest of this year.
Well, this week is going to be a big deciding factor of the Week 18 extravaganza. Since I don't think did I mention it? I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but we are doing every single game, the extravaganza. So it's last week, so we do every single game. So this is where Marcus will officially put the nail in my coffin and pull away for good without me being able to come back. So those jerseys, those shirts will be ordered for you after this episode. Yeah.
Whatever you say, but all it takes is one good week, and I'll be down in the dumps. I could probably end under 500 at this rate.
That would be impressive, actually, if that happened. All right, so before we get started, I need to have my quick moment. You're looking at the fantasy champion this year. Finally got that back on my shelf, I guess you can say. So second time in 4 years, I finally did it again. So I'll just go ahead and use some of that money I won from the championship to buy your shirts. So otherwise, I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But I just want to let everyone know, anybody that's listening, is that you would never have known that he even had a chance to win the fantasy championship that day because, I mean, I got 10 texts from you that were so doom and gloom down in the dumps saying you wanted to retire from fantasy football.
It started off really bad. Honestly, this was all about luck. This one, I mean, I guess fantasy football is 99% luck as it is, but I wasn't. So for you at home, my opponent had Kittle and Cooper and then Dalvin Cook, and all three of them busted, and that really a little bit of technical difficulties there. Nothing can ever go smoothly, of course. So, anyways, we were talking about So it really was, like I said, it really was luck for me that Cook, Kittle, and Cooper busted. So I will take it though because fantasy football, like I said, is 99% luck as it is. So.
Yeah, I don't really know what you mean by luck. Andrew Luck retired a couple years ago, but that's fine.
I'll put a little but-umts in there for that one.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll bring us to our Week 18 extravaganza event now. So we will start with the AFC side of things. So we're going to go back and forth. He'll say his pick first, and I'll say my pick for the next one first and all that. So that way one person doesn't get to make their pick based on the other one because of, the whole standings right now. But yeah, so that's how we'll do it. And we'll start off with the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars, where the Colts, they win and they're in, but they haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. So, Marcus, what do you got for this one?
Oh, great. I was going to say that. But, I still think this is probably an easy one. I'm going to go Colts by 13. They had a quick slip-up last week, but they'll get back on the schneid and secure their spot in the playoffs.
I want to take the Jags in this actually because it's been that kind of season where you wouldn't think would happen, but you know what? Things like
so you're taking the Jags.
The Jags beat the Bills. I mean, this might be one I come back to before the end of the video, but right now I'm going to say Jaguars.
Oh my gosh! All right.
It's been that kind of season. I need all the different picks I can get. So
that's true.
Either I'm going to sink or I'm going to swim. So Jags by 3.
Enough.
Jags by 3.
Fair enough.
All right, Tennessee versus Houston. This one's easier for me. I'm taking Tennessee by 6.
Yeah, I got Tennessee by 10 in this one. They're going for the 1 seed. They're gonna play they're going for the 1 seed and for a bye to get Derrick Henry 1 more week of rest. So this is extremely important to them. They're going to roll.
All right, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh.
Okay, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. Where are you? All right, this is hate week for these two teams. Even though they don't have a whole lot to play for, they got a small shot, but I'm going to go Ravens by 1.
All right, and yeah, I'm also taking the Ravens by 3 in this one.
Got it.
All right, Buffalo, New York Jets. This is an easy one. Buffalo takes this one easily. I'm going to say Buffalo by 10.
Okay. I have the Bills by 3. I like the way the Jets have been playing a little bit lately, although they give up leads late. They haven't been too terrible the last few weeks, but still, Bills by 3.
All right. Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, that was a tough one. This one's pretty tough right now because I believe Joe Mixon is out and Joe Burrow is probably out. But I'm still going Bengals by 1. Actually, you know what? Baker Mayfield being out probably helps the Browns. God. Oh, I'm still going Bengals by 1.
All right. I will take the Browns by 2 then.
Oh,
this is one I was leaning on wherever you were going to go probably. So
I know. That's a tough one.
This is a total
no
toss-up. So, hey, like I said, you have to the end of the video if you want to change any picks. So I'll make that exception. So.
Okay.
All right, the Los Angeles Chargers and Las Vegas Raiders. This one, winning they're in. I am going with the Chargers. As much as maybe I should go with the Raiders because they might do it for Madden, I just feel like the Chargers bounce back. I've been bouncing back strong from that loss at Houston, so I'm taking the Chargers by 4.
Yes, I also have the Chargers by 2 in this one. I think that Raiders win last week was kind of a fluke. Yeah, the Chargers is too talented. I know that they haven't totally realized that talent this entire year, but yeah, winning they're in, they're going to get in.
I was counting on you taking the Raiders on that one, so that's a bummer. All right, and we got Kansas City versus Denver. Kansas City versus Denver. This is your picking first, yeah.
All right, where are you, Case? Well, this is an easy one wherever I found it. I got the Chiefs by 5. I don't know why only 5, but they're also playing for a 1 seed. They need a lot to happen, but, well, not a lot to happen. They just need somehow the Jags to the Texans to beat the Titans. But I still think Chiefs will definitely win and secure that 2 seed. So Chiefs by 5.
All right, and I also have the Chiefs winning, Chiefs by 7. All right, another toss-up. The last AFC game that we have, Miami versus New England. Man, this one's definitely a toss-up. Miami, I know they're out of the playoffs, but they're still a pretty dang good team. And New England, I feel like, has been faltering a little bit. Granted, they whooped Jacksonville last week, but it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And I believe this is in Miami, I think. So
it is.
I know that the Dolphins did win the first one, so it would be kind of incredible if they swept the Patriots. But I don't know. I like that defense, and Tua has been pretty good. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I'm going to go Dolphins by 1.
Had a feeling they were going to do that, but I can't. I can't tie you and try to keep it even. I'm going Patriots by 8 this one.
All right, Patriots by 8. All right, and on to the NFC side of things now. So the first one we'll look at there, Philadelphia and Dallas.
Ooh, yeah, this one was extremely tough. I see how you're giving me the toss-ups first. That's great. Let's see here. Oh, man. This one I went back and forth numerous times just because the Eagles have already secured a spot, and the Cowboys are playing not well lately. So it's like I don't know who's going to even come into this game really caring. I'm going Cowboys by 4, and I know you're going to pick the Eagles because you've been doing it all year, but that's fine. I'm going Dallas by 4.
Yep, but I'm taking the Eagles by 5. Jalen Hurts has really come on lately and, really impressive and quickly becoming my favorite quarterback in the league. So.
Wow, weird.
Yeah, maybe he can be a Seahawks soon.
Maybe trade for Russell Wilson is what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe we'll get into that later, but maybe he could be a Seahawks sometime. So. All right, next, Green Bay versus Detroit. Okay, I did not intentionally make it so that you're getting all the toss. I'm just realizing.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. That's fine. I'm sure you didn't.
I just wrote them all on the list here. I did not know this was going to happen that way.
Unbelievable. Okay.
It is what it is.
Yep, sure.
Green Bay, Detroit. I'm taking Green Bay by 14.
Oh, it's so weird. I'm taking Green Bay by 7. No real explanation needed. I don't know how long the Packers starters will even play, but I still just don't see the Lions winning that game, even with some backups in the second half for the Packers.
All right, I'll skip over a couple here. I'll give you this one: Tampa Bay versus Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go the Bucks by 3 because it's Carolina.
3, and I'm also taking the Bucks by 2. Divisional games always tend to be a little closer.
Got it.
All right, New York Giants, and soon to finally have a name, Washington Football Team.
Okay, is that? Am I picking this one?
That's mine. Yeah,
I already can't remember.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna take the football team because there was some drama that came out apparently from the Giants today that I saw.
That was interesting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the football team by 6.
Yes, I also have WFT by 1 in this one. I think it'll be close-ish, but probably not as close as 1. I just didn't know who to pick.
Yeah, we've only got like 3 differences right now. This is not okay.
Yeah, this is too bad. Well, you should change some by the end of the video. Remember, you said you could do that.
All right. Actually, I'm Minnesota versus Chicago.
Minnesota. Yeah, I also had struggled with this one, but Kirk Cousins is back, even though the Vikings have totally given up, and the Bears probably haven't given up just because they're trying to develop some young players, although Andy Dalton is probably starting. God. I have Vikings by 1 in this one, and I guess I'll just stick with it.
Vikings by 1. Oh, man. I want to take the Vikings, but I want to have some differences here, too. You know what? We'll see what happens with the next. Maybe I'll come back and change. We'll see what happens with the last year. I'm going to take Vikings right now by 1 as well.
Okay.
Vikings by 1. All right. Atlanta and New Orleans. Yeah, this is another toss-up. Man, I don't really like the way New Orleans has necessarily been playing really all season. I feel like they're really lucky to be where they're at. And really, Atlanta's kind of the same way, too, I feel like. But
yeah.
I think I'm going to take Atlanta in this one. So I'm going to take Atlanta by 3.
Well, I have the Falcons by 1 because I need the Saints to lose for the 49ers to get into the playoffs. So, yeah, Atlanta.
Whatever.
Yeah, I swear. I have my paper right here. I was going to take a photo of it and send it to you afterwards. There's no scratch outs on this.
All right. Well, you got to go first for this one. Arizona and Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, if the Cardinals would have kept playing like they did last week, or kept playing like they did the few weeks before last week and still lost, I'd probably be picking Seattle in this one. But they kind of came a little bit back to life last week, so I got Cardinals by 2.
All right, it makes it easier for me. I was on the fence, but you know what? Been saying all year, going down with the ship. I'll obviously talk about more later. I'm going to take the Seahawks by 1.
Oh, we got one game left.
Right. LA Rams and San Francisco Niners. Well, the Niners totally dominate the Rams, we all know, but by that aspect, law of averages, Rams are due to win one, and the Rams, they haven't been playing as well as they should be playing, and they've gotten lucky in some situations, but I am taking the Rams in this one. The Rams by 2.
Now, okay, I have a certain team winning by 3 on my paper right here, and It is the Rams. I have the Rams by 3. It'd be the first time all year I haven't picked the 49ers to win.
Come on, you're killing me.
But this is I want a contingency, and this would probably be good for you. Right now, basically the entire 49ers secondary is on the COVID list, and that's why I'm picking the Rams. If we have some semblance of a starting secondary by Sunday, if a couple of them get off the COVID list, I'll switch my pick. But you got to give me until Sunday morning to text you or something.
All right, it's fine by me.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I got the Rams right now, but I really want to change my pick. I just need to make sure that we got at least a couple starters back there. And right now it's Josh Norman, and literally everybody else that's not a safety is on the COVID list, and I don't know how we could possibly win that game.
Have fun with that against Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how we could possibly win.
So basically,
this
you're
game.
saying is Cooper Kupp's going to get 2,000 receiving yards.
Yeah, or Odell Beckham is going to get 7 touchdowns in 6 games or whatever it was. So yeah. Oh, this just sucks. That's for sure. Of course, I knew it was going to happen. A COVID outbreak in one of our position groups, and it hadn't happened all year, and I just knew it was going to happen like the last week. I knew it. Like 4 weeks ago, I predicted it, and here we go.
Well, you shouldn't have put it out in the universe then. All right. Well, we do have 5 differences. You know what? I guess I'll stick with that Jaguars pick. I don't know. It's been that kind of season where anything can happen. So.
You want to go Bears instead of Vikings for one more?
You know what? If I'm giving you a contingency, you can give me a contingency.
So we can both switch it on Sunday, is what you're saying. These are 2 switchable games?
Yes, the Vikings Bears. Let me have more time to think about that.
I'm in.
So right now we have 5 differences. You're taking the Colts, I'm taking the Jaguars. You're taking the Bengals, I'm taking the Browns. You're taking the Patriots, I'm taking the Dolphins. You're taking the Cowboys, I'm taking the Eagles. Right now we're both taking the Vikings, but that could switch. And then you're taking the Cardinals, I'm taking the Seahawks, and right now we're both taking the Rams, but that could switch as well. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it could end up where either you completely pull away this week, or I could end up tied with you even this week. So
that's definitely true.
We'll see. So, all right, so there's the Week 18 extravaganza, all the picks there. We're going to take it to Pooch Picks real quick here. So Drake and DOG, they're at the top, battling for top position. Drake's 12-8, DOG's 11-9. Then you got the French clan out there just doing their own thing. Henry's 4-8, Annabelle's 4-5, and combined 8-13. So we may have, it's Week 18, so play the second stringers and third stringers even. So I think we might have a new face this week out there in Nebraska. So yeah, we'll see. So Pooch Picks, Week 18, the Sunday night game, Chargers Raiders. So here we go.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
All right, we are back for the regular installments of Pooch Picks. Back home, back in town. Drake. Over these last few weeks, he got every pick right, I believe. So he is sitting at, I believe, 12-8. Still the top dog, going strong. So we're going to do a similar setup again with the whole door thing. I'm going to try it the old-fashioned Marcus style, the way he used to do it. So let's see how this goes for Drake. See if he picks the Chargers or the Raiders in a primetime clash, and pretty much winner gets in the playoffs. There's a couple things that have to play out for it to be that way, but basically whoever wins is likely in the playoffs. So here we go. Go ahead, Drake. Make your pick. And he walked right by it. Oh, there he goes. Now he sees it and sniffing. And he's going with the Raiders. Ooh, that's a spicy pick if you ask me. But he is a top dog so far, so we'll see. So Drake is taking the Raiders to beat the Chargers and punch their ticket to the playoffs. All right, it is now DOG's turn to make his pick. DOG, I believe, is 11-9, so right behind Drake there. Way ahead, both of them way ahead of the French clan out there. So, just 2 of them here battling for top position to be the top dog. And we'll see now who DOG picks. Drake picked the Raiders. So let's see who DOG picks. And here we go. All right. Well, come on. Come on, make a pick. And he is also going with the Raiders. So both dogs just seem to like the Raiders this week. That's kind of bold to me, but we'll see, I guess. So DOG and Drake both picking the Raiders to beat the Chargers and go to the playoffs.
What up? Pooch Picks time. Got a new dog here, Jackson, for his first ever Pooch Picks. We're going to see how this goes. It's a little messy in here. So I got the Los Angeles Chargers, bzz, bzz, for electricity. Las Vegas Raiders, raid. That's probably what they say. Now, Jackson still lives with his parents. Let's see what he does. Ooh, loves them Chargers. Yep, Chargers it is. We'll see how he goes with his first ever Pooch Picks.
All right, we're back, and there we go, the debut of Jackson, who looked like a true professional, I have to say.
Yeah. How many dogs does that guy have? Unbelievable. What a freak.
Well, I mean, what else is there to do in Nebraska, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So Jackson, I still live at home with my parents, French, making his first pick on the channel.
By the way, he loves wearing sweaters. He feels sweaters and shirts. When he doesn't have one on, he freaks out, and he gets super excited when you bring a new one out for him to put on. It jumps around like a weirdo. It's kind of odd, but he looks good in them. He can pull it off.
Yeah, he does. So, he's taking the Chargers, which I think is the good pick. I don't know what my dogs are thinking taking the Raiders. Jackson making his case to possibly be the star of the show next year. Of course, we'll still go through the playoffs, so we'll see what happens there. But we'll add that to the tally if he gets the win. Like I said, it's probably too late for you out there to come back and catch up to Drake and Dog. So it's really down to Drake and Dog out here to get the supremacy next year. So
I'm just hoping Jackson is kind of a playoff, crunch time type of dog. Maybe he'll just go undefeated through these playoffs.
Kirk, or not Kirk Cousins, Nick Foles in 2017.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's the Nick Foles, the backup coming in to just hammer it home.
All right. Well, we'll get to our teams now. Obviously, ready to set our picks. We can just quickly talk about our teams. We don't want this going too long since we had our extravaganza. But what do you got about the Niners?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say just because I'm completely anxious and about this week right now, and I barely even like talking about it right now. I just hate thinking about it because it's getting me a little nervous. Obviously last week wasn't too bad, beat the Texans, needed it. The Texans are the Texans, but they also just beat the crap out of the Chargers the week before, basically.
Looked like they came out a bit strong too in that game. It was kind of close there for a bit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was in the first, I think we were down going into halftime. I think it was it was either 7-3 or 10-3. I'm really bad with scores and stuff like that. But we were doing literally nothing in that first half on offense, and then all of a sudden, Shanahan let Trey Lance go for a quick 1-minute drive at the end to get a field goal, and it must have instilled some confidence in Trey Lance because he basically looked really good on that drive and all through the second half. And it ended up being a pretty good game for the offense overall in the second half, at least. And defense played all right. They're missing a lot of cornerbacks. The cornerback play is atrocious, but somehow they're holding teams to low numbers of passing. I have to credit our defensive coordinator, D'Amico Ryans, with that, which I know at the beginning of this whole thing I said he's an upgrade over Robert Saleh, and I still truly believe that. And I don't think he's going to be here very long, unfortunately for me, but probably be a head coach someday soon. But we won the game. That's all that matters. Trey Lance looked pretty good. But now it's this week. It's Jimmy's limited practicing. I don't know what his hand is like. I don't know if I even want him to play at 75%. I don't know what to do. This whole week right now is just an MI. We got all our defensive backs with COVID. It's like I just hate even thinking about it. It just stresses me out. So really the only thing I need Atlanta to somehow beat the Saints as a contingency plan because I don't see us winning this game right now. If we play Jimmy, he's probably not going to be healthy enough to beat the Rams.
And we all know how Jimmy plays when he's not healthy. So.
Yeah, he honestly does play pretty well most of the time when he's healthy. It's he has some clunkers here and then, but one thing I'm sure of is that when he's not healthy, he doesn't play well at all. But it's like this weird time of the year where you got to weigh experience over health, and yes, Trey Lance is healthier, and could he provide more to the offense? Sure, but he's also still a rookie and has only started 17 games in his career, including 2 NFL games. So it's just, I don't know what to do. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to win this game. I really don't. I'm really negative right now, so that's why I'm just trying to bank on Atlanta. I need that to happen, but we're a underdog in the game, and Atlanta is an underdog. So right now, Vegas has the Niners not getting into the playoffs. So, and I will not be surprised when that happens. Yeah, and who will keep us out? Probably 2 losses against the worst team in the NFC West, because you guys own us, and that's going to be what keeps us out. So congratulations on your victories.
Well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. That's all I got. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even really want to talk or think about it. I'm glad it's an afternoon game and they didn't flex it into Sunday night, because that would just be too much anxiety for me.
Yep, all right. And you said Rams by 3, right? Contingency Rams.
Yeah, I got Rams by 3, and I will change my pick if we get a couple of the guys coming off of a couple of defensive backs come off the COVID list on Sunday.
All right. All right, well, Seahawks, I don't really need to talk much about the game. They did what they should do against Detroit, which is just pound them.
Yeah.
Put up a 50 burger, so that was cool. The offense looked the best it's looked all season. So I don't know. I know it's Detroit, but I don't know where all that was, because that was some great play calling in that game and a lot of misdirection, stuff that I thought we'd see all season. But I don't know. So is what it is. I'm just really at this point looking forward, and very vocally. I've kind of been, I think, at different points on both sides of the fence. Whether it's Russ, whether it's Pete, and I think I've come to the realization now. We have to really think about and look at some things. It's not one or the other. In a sense, it's actually both, and it's in the sense that relationship just needs to end, and it's not going to work together.
Yeah,
I do believe that. Either way, whoever they choose to move forward with, I do believe either way, one of these guys is gone. Either we're trading Russ or we're getting rid of Pete. I believe that's certain for sure is happening. If I had to guess right now, I'd say we're probably leaning towards keeping Pete. I'm definitely starting to feel like and get that feeling that we are going to be trading Russ. Which, look, I know I've been a heavy critic of Pete, but I will say now that I'm really, taking a step back and looking at that whole thing where it's really just this relationship that they just need to break up. It's starting to look more like a Patriots situation to me. Like Belichick and Brady, they needed to break up. That relationship obviously was done, and it wasn't good for the team moving forward. Look at Brady. He went and won the Super Bowl right away. Belichick had a down year, but rebuilt really fast, and now look, the Patriots are back in the playoffs. So honestly, I think that's something similar to what needs to happen here, because if you ask me, our defense, I think we've got a really good core to build around on defense. Starting with Jordan Brooks at linebacker, who I do also think Bobby Wagner, unfortunately, is going to be out this week with an injury. I do think he has played his last down as well as a Seahawk. I think officially starting next year, Brooks will take over in that middle linebacker spot. But yeah, Jordan Brooks, he's had a heck of a year. Trey Brown, when he comes back at cornerback, he was looking great, and so he comes back healthy, hopefully, and ready to get back out there. Darrell Taylor looking good pass rushing, and then Ryan Neal. I really think the Seahawks need to look long and hard at keeping Ryan Neal a strong safety and moving Jamal Adams a linebacker, because Ryan Neal, honestly, to me, is what we try to make Jamal Adams be, but he
can do it.
If you ask me, he's a better, cheaper version of what Jamal Adams tries to be. That's why just move Adams to linebacker, move Neal to safety, because I'm really a big fan of Neal. He's always impressive.
And honestly, what you're saying can definitely be done, because we have a similar situation that happened. We had a strong safety named Marcel Harris. 3 years he was a strong safety, but he couldn't really cover, and he was a backup. But we were about to cut him, but we went to him saying, "Do you want to move to outside linebacker?" And he started I mean, we've had Dre Greenlaw's been injured almost all year. Marcel Harris has started 5 or 6 games this year, and he's been awesome. And he just saved the game against turned the game around against the Texans, actually, with an interception late early in the second half. So it can be done. And Marcel Harris is an excellent outside linebacker, and I think Jamal Adams would definitely be a great outside linebacker.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. It's just a matter of, would Pete be willing to do that, whatnot? Because again, Pete still can be stubborn. So if we go the route of keeping Pete, would he be willing to change some things up? Because I feel like he really needs to look at it and see that there needs to be some tweaks and all that. But yeah, like I said, the defense, I really like the core of this defense, and I think that this is something they could definitely build around. That they don't need to tear down the defense. I don't necessarily think they need to tear down the offense either. It just depends on what they decide to do with Russ, because you still got DK, got Lockett. Of course, DK's going to be coming up for his contract, and then I'll go ahead and just eat a big, giant mouthful of crow. Rashad Penny apparently finally found it, and really, it is thanks to Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson played 1 game as a Seahawk, but his impact has gone well beyond that, because I know he's been really mentoring and working with Rashad Penny, and ever since he's been doing that, that's when Penny just took off. So I think Adrian Peterson definitely has a future as a coach, so that would be something to keep an eye on. But yeah, Rashad Penny finally living up to the hype. Now he is going to be a free agent, so I don't know how much of a contract he could get, but I do think we do need to look at keeping him, which I know is very different from what I was saying at the start of the season. But like I said, I can admit when I'm wrong, and I'll eat a giant helping of crow on this one. He finally has stayed healthy for now, knock on wood, but has stayed healthy and has shown what he's always been capable of. So at that end, we might need to cut Chris Carson then, because Carson definitely, while it really, at the time I didn't think we overpaid. I thought we underpaid from what he was going to get, but now obviously I definitely say we overpaid for Carson, and we should probably just cut our losses there. Because I like what we got with Penny now if he stays healthy, and then DJ Dallas is another good running back there too, and Collins still in the mix as well. So, but yeah,
doesn't hurt to have both though. 2 injury-prone running backs, and even in the NFL these days, it's tough to have a full-on running back. They get hurt so much, so maybe you just need to have both of them in that backfield.
Yeah, but if we can save some money, that would be nice.
That's true.
Speaking of saving money, though, the only 2 situations really I think I'd be okay with trading Russell, where I feel like we could really get the most out of moving into the future. One of them I'll say, because now these 2 teams are destinations that have been spoken about and are places that I know Russell would be okay with going with. One of them is New York Giants. Of course, being with Sierra, he would go to New York and all that. Now, what I would like to get in return, if we were to trade into the Giants, give me Daniel Jones, just as a year or 2, one of those bridge quarterbacks where, we're figuring out. I think, with the roster we have, we could be competitive with Daniel Jones for a year or 2. And then, obviously, give me a couple of first-round draft picks and second-round draft pick and all that. So that's one scenario I'd be okay with. The other one, which really is kind of my dream that I really would love, and I think really if we choose to go forward with Pete, this would be the best pairing with Pete. Trade him to Philadelphia and not only get, 1 or 2 first-round picks and then, a second or 2 in there, but Jalen Hurts. So trade him to Philadelphia and get Jalen Hurts and some draft picks in return, and I think the Seahawks will have an immediate turnaround. They'll be right back at the top of the division next year, because I think Jalen Hurts would be the perfect quarterback to go with Pete Carroll. So.
Yeah, I mean, look at how good you guys were when Russell was running a little bit more than he is now back in the day. You're probably right. I don't really want that to be right, but you're probably right.
Yeah, so those are really the only 2 situations I'd be really okay with trading Russ and would have more promise for the future, I feel like, an immediate future. Like I said, I don't think it needs to be a full... I've emotionally said that it needs to be a full rebuild, but really, if I take my emotions out of it, I'm not saying that, on Sunday after the games or whatnot. Step back and look at it. It doesn't need to be a full-scale rebuild. I think we can do what the Patriots did, just take 1 or 2 years to step back. And I think, like I said, we got that core on defense to build around. And, if Pete gets a fresh group of guys in, then maybe his message can resonate with a fresh new group of guys for at least for a few more years and, see what can happen. So,
and if you need it to be more than 1 or 2 years, you can take 4 or 5 or 6 or 2. It's no big deal. Take your time.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you would love that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would.
But
you still own the 49ers no matter what. You probably still sweep us every year.
We could have Baker Mayfield a quarterback, and we'd probably still sweep you.
Oh, God.
But yeah, in the end, though, it does have to be said, all the critique and all that of Pete and Russ, I still am very grateful for everything that this duo has brought Seattle and the Seahawks over the last decade or so. You can't take it away from them. The Super Bowl they brought us, all the winning seasons. Granted, in the grand scheme of things, I always felt like we should have had at least 3 Super Bowls with this duo, with Pete and Russ, and all that was built around them. But just one fateful night in February of 2015 changed all of that. So it is what it is.
It did.
Yeah. At the end, I'm grateful for everything Pete brought here, and grateful for everything Russ brought here. So whoever is still here and not here, I just still wish the best for, and just thank them for everything they've done for the city and this team still. So.
Yeah, sure.
So, yep. Well, that's all I've got. Obviously, I'm taking the Seahawks by, I think I said 3. What did I say? By 1. Taking the Seahawks by 1. Just going down with the ship. Arizona sucks at home, so we'll see what happens there. So.
True.
All right. Well, we don't have a top 5 this week. Didn't bother having anything. I think we're running out of themes, and we'll figure out something for the playoffs or whatnot. So.
Yeah, we'll get something.
Yeah. Yeah, you got anything you want to throw in there, Marcus?
No, I got nothing. Like I said, I'm just thinking about football now. Like it was a lot of thinking to come up with all these scores, but just thinking about it right now, it gets me anxious and nervous. So I want to take a break.
Well, we'll see. Maybe you'll be taking a longer. Maybe you can join me on the couch after this weekend. So.
Yeah, it's looking likely. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not confident going into this weekend, that's for sure.
Well, I would appreciate that because I don't want to be the only team in the division that was supposed to be the first ever division to have all playoff teams.
So close.
I would like it if there was some company on the NFC West couch to start the playoffs.
More than likely, I will be that company, but I guess we'll talk about it next Wednesday or Thursday.
All right, yep. All right, well, yeah, if that's all you've got, that's all I've got. So, yeah, last week, here we go. Playoffs, we'll have the wild card to talk about next week. So, yep, here we go. So, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. Follow me on Twitter. And, one more time this year, go Hawks.
Go 49ers and Falcons.